So as as I told you yesterday, in that 4 hour session, that one of the things that is really necessary when you are actually preparing for your IELTS examination is the usage of um, idioms, metaphorical language, which actually helps you in improving yourself to a great extent as far as your score of your IELTS is concerned. Especially in the speaking examination, these idioms really work wonder. Um, when it comes to the part one of your examination, part two of your examination, even the part three of the examination. So, in three of the parts in the speaking examination, we have the use of the idioms. But that use, as I mentioned that before, there is a precondition that applies to that is that you need to have it used naturally, like forcible usage of any idiom into the speaking or into any of kind of topic, any of the kind of the topic would not be a good one to go for. But I would definitely prefer that that people should use idioms so that they can make their speech more emphatical and practical as well. Looks practical only. You would sound like more like a native person when you're going to use the idiomatic phrases in your speech. So, as the topic of today's conversation, today's live session is all about intelligence and the learning. We will talk about all those idioms which are actually about learning, about intelligence, about learning. So when it comes to idioms which are related to intelligence, we will be thinking about something which is relating to our conscious mind and the brain, and also about like how do we need to do our learning? How do we need to, start forming ourselves or um, changing ourselves into something good? Okay, give me a second. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, what's the wrong thing in this? Hmm, maybe there's some setting is to be changed, I guess so. The setting, live stream. If it is unlisted, then I think there is something to be changed. Can you write a hi over there, like whomsoever it was? Uh, 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 I'll write the hi in the chat itself first. So thank you very much for joining in. We will start our session now. I just wanted to confirm that thing that how many of the people are there that who are there to listen to me, and whether we have done it in the unlisted mode or not. I just wanted to check it out. Have you joined me through the link, or you are joining me naturally? Yeah, you were scrolling down and you came over there to just get the live stream. I just wanted to confirm that one. Mhm. Mhm. Let me check it out. Added the video, and then we have the playlist, live session on vocabulary, done. And another thing is whether or not it is public. Yeah, it is public. So I wanted to confirm only that. Hello. Hello, Kaylee. So let us start the session about the idioms that are to be used in your speech when you're actually talking. There you can actually use these idioms to make your statements more emphatic. So we'll go one by one. Some of them we have already discussed in the previous sessions, but few of them would be new to you, and I suppose those are going to be very helpful to you later on. So the first thing first is hit the books. Hit the books. Obviously people who love to read the books, obviously they want to increase their intelligence, they want to increase their wisdom. So when we are trying to say hit the books, it means to say that when you are into the studies very seriously, or you start studying seriously. If you want to start your study seriously, then there you can use hit the books as one of the idiom to be used in your in between statement naturally, emphatically, but without the force, without any kind of uh, I would say that a forcible kind of actions. Don't try to put it into use, try to actually use it naturally. So definitely it is required when you are trying to say somebody you need to start studying seriously. Or when somebody is required to start studying seriously, you can say that you need to hit the books because your exams are near, something like that. Or I can't hang out tonight, I need to hit the books for my IELTS test. Thank you. Jesus love you too. So I can't hang out tonight. I need to hit the books because my ELTS exam is tomorrow. Something like that you can use, but I can't hang out tonight. I need to hit the books. Hit the books is the main thing that I want to tell you. When we say hit the books, we are not actually hitting the books. We are not trying to, punch the books in any sense. We are trying to do the study seriously. When we try to, thank you, thank you. Yeah. So whenever we are trying to, thank you. Yeah. So whenever we are trying to study seriously, there we can say that I need to hit the books tonight because tomorrow is my examination. So try to use it day in, day out somewhere, like whenever you're trying to be serious in your studies, there it can really work wonders. Okay. Now, same as the hit the books, then there is another way to actually represent that you are working late night or studying late night. I always overstudy. Can you study too much? In my time, I did it. I did it. Um, have a good night, James. Have a good night. Have a good night. So then, yeah, Kaylee, I can, but right now, I've already been through lots of stages of education. But I would love to because I even after this one that I would be going for this book, I'm gonna start reading Rethink and would be definitely love to actually continue to study something. Overdoing something is always bad. I would say when you try to overstudy anything, you're trying to pressurize your brain. Have some breaks in between when you're studying. But if you're continuously studying, it can actually overburden you and give you a lot of stress. So instead of actually stressing yourself that much, what you need to do is you need to study it accordingly the requirement. Like for example, you're preparing for your particular examination in your life, then there you can study it accordingly the requirement, but it is not particularly required that you have to show it off to the people that I'm overly studying, and to yourself also you are burdening yourself. Yeah, I have made a commitment that I need to study tonight, I need to study tomorrow. You need to study seriously from the day one when you are actually preparing for something. So definitely hit the books is one of those you can use when you are studying seriously, not continuously but seriously. So when you are very cautious about your examination, when you know that like later on I have to do this, I have to do that, if I am not going to, yeah, thank you very much, Kaylee. So study, definitely you need to do the study, but you need not to overstudy anything. Just do it for that particular examination because ultimate goal is to earn money. So if you're doing some study regarding earning the money, that's really wonderful. I would say that I would appreciate that if you're gonna teach me something about that too, in some sense, then definitely I would definitely follow you in that scenario. So yeah, hit the books. Next one is like burn the midnight oil. So we are literally not going to burn the midnight oil. We are not going to like burn the what we say a lamp or something. We are not going to do that. But burn the midnight oil stands for when you are actually studying or when you're working really hard. at night, or you're working late night, or you are not stopping yourself, like the way you said that overstudy, it is a kind of overstudy. Like when you're burning the midnight oil, obviously there are two situations when we burn the midnight oil. One is when we haven't had this the proper schedule earlier, and we haven't done it on time. But another situation is when we are curious to actually burn the midnight oil so that we can get good score. So both kind of people are there in the society. They burn the midnight oil only when the exam is near. The way I told you that some people are there that if the exam is on the next day, they will try to cover up the whole book. So burning the midnight oil in that sense will never work. I will tell you, you can say that to the person. Burning the midnight oil at the edge cannot work, bro. So you need to work hard, but you should actually do it from the beginning itself. So burning the midnight oil is good for those people like who study at night, late night, and they try to achieve the dreams of their life, and they want to reach somewhere in their life. So those people, they burn the midnight oil to reach to their goals. Like he burned the midnight oil before his final exam. So he burned the midnight because he had something in the mind that this is my final exam. And after this one, I will have some rest. So before getting that rest, he wanted to do his best. So to do his best, what he did, he burned the midnight oil. So the first word, burn, can be used in other forms also. Burn, burnt, burnt. Okay. So the way the tense is, he has burnt. Accordingly, the way the tense is going to change, we're going to change the form of the first word itself, which is actually the verb in that sentence. So it will become the verb in the sentence when we are going to try to use the idioms in our statements. That's how it is. Burning the midnight oil is for study. Hit the books is for study and also for the work. But hit the books cannot be used for study. Sorry, cannot be used for work. So burning the midnight oil can be for the work as well. It can be universal for everybody. Like if somebody is working really hard throughout the day, throughout the night, and he's trying to achieve something, that person is burning the midnight oil. We can say something like that to the person. Okay. Now, next one. Next one. Obviously, again, it is about hitting, but we are not going to hit anybody. Okay. Hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head. When we say hit the nail on the head, that means when you're getting the exact solution of something, when you're getting appropriate solution of something, or when you have gotten the exact answer of something. So obviously, our stream is all about intelligence and learning. So that is why I'm talking about only those idioms which you can actually relate to your answers. Obviously, when you give answer, it shows it is a reflection of your intelligence. It is a reflection of your wisdom, or it can also be the reflection of your problem solving ability. Whatever your decision making power or decision making strength is, then accordingly that you're going to give answer to somebody. So hitting the nail on the head, that means you have gotten the exact you're on the exact target. You have hit the target and you have got an exact answer or the solution for something. There you can use hit the nail on the head. Like you hit the nail on the head with the explanation. You hit the nail on that. You were on the target. When you want to say somebody is on the target, you can use this particular idiom saying, you hit the nail on the target. When I saw you, you were explaining to them. I was really amazed that you did your best. So you had hit the nail on the target. The boss is happy. You're going to get something as a perk. Definitely, you're going to get something in return. So you can use it in any sense. So you have hit the nail on the head. And for example, you're trying to explain somebody something, and the person got the solution. The person got the solution for you, and you are impressed by the answer of the person. Then you can say that you hit the nail. You have hit the nail on the head. I'm really impressed. Thank you very much for your solution that you have given me. So in that sense, you can give it. Or if the teacher is asking a student or teach some question regarding any subject, and the child has given the right answer, and you have hit the nail on the head. Okay, so to applaud somebody, to respect somebody, to give some kind of appreciation to someone, you can use hit the nail on the head in that sense. Okay, which means to give the exact answer or the solution. You hit the nail on the head with that explanation. Now, as again, I'm telling you again and again, time and again, I'm telling you that we have the stream about intelligence and the mind and the brain. So definitely we will be talking about the learning aspect as well. So learn by heart. Next one is the next idiom is learn by heart. So when you learn, when you understand something by heart, when you're doing it with intention, your full curiosity, there is no pressure on you, there is no stress on the mind, but you're doing it by the heart, learn by the heart. So memorize something completely. You're trying to memorize something completely. There you can say that learn by. So whenever teachers suggest us, you need to learn it by the heart. You need to learn it completely. You need not, you can't leave one aspect or the other, but you have to continue learning till the time that you're going to learn it completely. Got it. So that's how it would be like that. Learn by heart means when you have to learn something completely or when you memorize something completely. Memorizing is another thing, or learning something is another thing. You are memorizing, you can say that in the cramps way also. Learn it by heart. I want to listen it from you after an hour or after half an hour or something like that. You have given some kind of tentative time to someone to actually learn it by heart. So there you can use it in that sense also. Okay. Or you can give it as an advice. A parent can give it an when you memorize, do you learn completely? Uh so when you memorize, it depends. Like for example, uh, memorizing is the kind of task like you are keeping it in your memory for certain time, but it is not permanent. Nothing is permanent in this whole world, and even the memory is not permanent in this whole world. With the passage of time, it fades. Everyone gets mature, and after the mature age, we become old. And as we get older and older, our memory fades. Same way, like when you say that you have learned completely, it'll be for some time. It cannot be for permanent. It cannot be for thoroughout life. Or if I would say, you would try to say that, yeah, I have learned it, I will never forget it. No, you can learn it completely. Definitely, we can learn it completely. Perfection is not possible in anything. You can try to get that perfection, and we should actually thrive to get the perfection, but we can't guarantee that we are perfect in that. Obviously, the people are going to comment on us, and we are going to say that, yeah. Thank you. Obviously, it is not true. I'm not saying that I am the 100% in everything. Even whatever I'm trying to say, everything that I'm saying is not true. Definitely it is like it is not true. So, but that something would be true for many people, and the people like Din Talalovic, who said that everything he's saying is not true. I would say that it's okay if it is not true, then you can leave. There is no problem with that one. This is for those who really believe that something is said, and it is said with an intention to let them know that something is there. We can understand, and that is for somebody like Kaylee who wants to understand something about it. Like when you memorize, do you learn completely? Not at all. Not at all. I would say that we don't learn it completely. Perfection is not possible, but for temporary period of time, we can say that, yeah, we can. Okay. Now, it's not true. He's a liar. Thank you. So, learn the ropes. Then is learn the ropes. So when we say learn the ropes, that understanding the basics of something, like learn the ropes, obviously, when you know the to how to do anything with the ropes, that means you know the basics of something. That means you know how to make the whole building. When you know that how to learn the basic, understand the basics of something. Obviously, without going for the basics, we cannot reach to like higher level. So to reach to the higher level, to reach to the I would say that top of the mountain, there would be many messages I know that which will be held for review, definitely. So learn the ropes. Just think it like that you are going on the top of the mountain and you want to reach to the top of the mountain. Obviously, you can reach it to the top by using the ropes. So ropes are those basics that you need to know, that how to climb the rope, then you can reach to the top. Same way, learn the rope is like understanding the basics of something. It is not about mountaineering or rock climbing or something. It is applicable to your life also. When you say that I want to understand the basics of something, you can say that I'm learning the ropes these days. I'm learning the ropes these days about this. Okay, I will tell you, bro. Thank you very much. Oh God. So learn the ropes would be understand the basics of something. It takes time to learn the ropes in a new job. Like when you go at a new place, even when you are leaving your own country and you're reaching to some other place, then obviously you will start from the scratch. It's like starting from the scratch. What happened? I didn't get it actually. Can you please elaborate a little bit? So learn the ropes would be learn the ropes would be understand the basics of something. It takes time to learn anything new. There you can use that. It takes time to learn the ropes in the new job. Okay. Then we have it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Now, the next thing is know something inside out. When you know something inside out, that you know it completely. The way we said that I know about something completely, learn by heart, is quite similar to that one. There we are trying to suggest somebody to learn by heart, but here we are not suggesting somebody. We are saying that he knows everything inside out of, like he knows everything inside out. Okay, he knows everything about that inside out. Inside out is the main thing here. Yeah. So he knows something inside out means have complete knowledge of something. So she knows grammar rules inside out. So I told you, inside out is the main phrase that you need to keep in mind. Inside out. If you know inside out of something, that means you know like not only the basics, you know everything about it. Everything about it. So when we say I know the inside out of that person's life. I know the inside out of that person's life. That means you're kind of, intruder. You are trying to intrude in somebody's life and you're trying to find it out like what the person knows and what the person doesn't and what the person is going through and what the person doesn't go through. And if you know about all that stuff, that means you know the inside out of the person. If you know about all these stuff, that means you know the inside out of that person's life. Yeah, that's how it has to be used. So, know something inside out means that. Now, next one is keep up with. What do you mean by keep up with? Keep up with means stay at same level. Keep up with, stay at same level or speed as others. The like you trying to equalize yourself with somebody. You're trying to reach yourself. You want to balance your life in such a way that you're reaching to somebody's level as well. So you're trying to keep up with some people. I'm trying to keep up with a certain person. I don't want to keep up with Den Talalovic because the kind of absurd language that he was using was not up to the mark. So that is why I would say that I don't want to keep up with him. I don't want to reach up to his level, or I don't want to stay up to his level. I don't want to go accordingly the way he was going as far as his speed and doing something is concerned. So keep up with stands for something like which actually is like it is hard to keep up with the fast learners. Like obviously the people who knows to understand things faster, it will be difficult. I am a kind of slow learner. I try to think first and then I try to just keep it in my mind, like whether am I getting it right in right way or in the wrong way. So that's how I keep up with the things. I don't keep up with uh, like fast paced learners. And usually I used to get nervous when for example there are lots of people in the class and teachers would definitely put a limelight to those people who will say, who would raise up the hand and say that, oh yeah, I know the answer. And even if their answer is wrong, I would get nervous. Oh my God, this person knows the answer. I don't know. I can't keep up with that person. I can't keep up with such people. So instead of actually worrying about all those people and becoming and like filled with anxiety or something, you get the anxiety of such thing. Just relax. If the person gets answered, that's fine. Thank you very much. He has given the answer. But if he hasn't given the answer, try yourself. You have to try. That's it. Whether the answer is right or wrong, it doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters is that you're trying, and you're doing your best. Not only trying, you're putting your endeavors to understand something. Instead of using the word trying, use the word endeavor. You're trying to put your efforts, you're taking cudgels to actually reach to some goal. Okay, so there we can use a keep up with. Okay, stay up at same level or speed as others. It's hard to keep up with the fast-paced learners. I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't learn this trolling stuff on YouTube. I can learn something good. So that is why I don't want to keep up with, you know, something wrong. So there also you can use. Then is brush up on. You're not going to brush up. Okay, brush up your teeth. Brush up on means you need to review and improve. Oh, really? Okay, sure, sure. You're taking notes. That's fine. That's fine. Even if you are not actually taking the notes, you can actually listen to my live session again. So no need to take up the notes. You can listen to my voice again once it is going to be uploaded as a video, because it will be staying there. Don't worry. I'm not going to go anywhere. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Brush up on, that means you're trying to review something and you're trying to improve your knowledge about it. Like when you're trying to review something and you're saying that, yeah, I have missed something in this or something like that. So there we say that. And thank you for taking up the note if you're really doing it. Okay, stay at the same level or speed as others. Like when that is for the keep of it, sorry. Brush up on, review and improve your knowledge. I'm brushing up on my vocabulary for IELTS. That means whatsoever vocabulary I already have, the present vocabulary, which is my active vocabulary, I'm trying to put some more words into that. I'm trying to make all those passive vocabulary words also my active vocabulary words by brushing up on them. When you're brushing up on all those old things to just get them new, or you're brushing up on something, or even if, for example, if you're saying, singing, but you're not a professional singer. I'm brushing up on my singing so that I can actually do the concert. So something like that. Or even if you're writing the lyrics, I'm brushing up on my lyrics so that I can write the song better way. Something like that. So you're reviewing it and you're trying to improve your knowledge about it. Okay. Then brush up. So all those idioms will all be about the knowledge, the learning, and the intelligence. And I hope that the only person who is actually replying me in the chat is Kaylee, and she's replying me, shall we continue? LOL. And then his comments, please go on. And I'm taking the notes. Okay, that's good. Then next is pickup. We are not talking about the pickup truck at all. We are not talking about that. We are talking about picking up. Picking up, that means learn something without formal lessons. So you picked up something, that means you haven't gone for the classes. You have picked up that word because you were on the way, you were in your own truck, and you were not on your pickup truck, you were in your car, and you saw something written on the board and you got it. You got to know it for the first time and you got it. You picked up those things then and there because you did it without the formal lessons. You didn't get the formal lessons for understanding those oh sorry those rules. um I was going to fall. Yeah, learn something without formal lessons. He picked up the English by watching movies. So it was by natural collection, or I would say the natural collection of the learning, or I would say that natural way he learned something. So he didn't have to do something like he didn't have to go for any institution. He didn't have to, or she didn't have to go for any institution, but she got to know about those things then and there itself, like uh, she picked up, those English words, or she picked up English language, watching watching the movies or watching the shows or something like that. There you can use it like that. I hope so. Then there is crack the books. We are not going to crack the books. We are not going to create the cracks anywhere. We're going to crack the books. That means start studying seriously. It's like similar to hit the books. So when we say hit the books, we say that like I need to study seriously. Same way, crack the books, that I need to crack the books. So that means time to crack the books. That means you have to study the books very seriously now. Um, if you really want to get the better score in anything, in any subject, or in any IELTS examination, or if you want to take it as an example, like I want, if you want to get that 8 bands in IELTS, you need to crack the books which are related to IELTS examination. That's it. So these were the 10 idioms which were related to your study and learning habits. All of these idioms would be about learning, intelligence, wisdom, and all that. Now, again, we are going to talk about uh, intelligence and smart thinking. Now, I'll make you smart as well as intelligent by these idioms. And I hope that it is really going to work wonder for you. Now, when we say I'm going to make you smart, that means you are a learner. When you are a learner, whether you want to be smart depends upon how quick you want to be a learner. So the next idiom that is on the chart is a quick learner. Okay. The person who is a quick learner, learns the things like a piece of cake, or like walk in the park, or a cinch, I would say. Okay. So things are very easy for the person to do by, you know. Quick learner would be the person that who learns the things faster and easier. He doesn't have to do that much. So I have used my daughter's name. Aradhya is a quick learner. She remembers everything. Okay. So Aradhya is a quick learner. She remembers everything. Himanshu is a quick learner. He remembers everything. Himanshu is not a quick learner. I'm a very slow learner. So that is why I do not remember things fast. Okay. And sometimes I become sensitive about the kind of comments and the statements, and I go blur, you know, what the heck somebody has actually said about. And I'm trying to understand the sequence of actually events, how to handle those, and then how to remember to reply on the spot to these people who actually troll you. So a quick learner. I want to be a quick learner in my life, but I'm trying my level best to actually reach to that level, but I'm unable to do it. I don't know why. Okay. Then I'm a quick learner on and others not. Yeah, definitely. That somehow you said something from my heart. You like it is in my heart, like something like that. Like I am quick learner in some things, but I am not quick learner in many others. Okay. That can be used in that sense as well. Yeah. Okay. Then we have another one. As we are talking about the smartness, the people should be smart. This is all about smartness. But do you want to eat a cookie? Because I'm going to make you a smart cookie. So the next idiom is about a smart cookie. A smart cookie, uh, cook, then IE. That's it. A smart cookie can be somebody who is a clever person and a capable person as well, who knows how the things should be done and is a very clever person. Not the cunning one, I would say. A smart cookie would not do something negative. Smart cookie would be the person who would eat the cookie and do the things very easily and knows that, yeah, I can do it better way. I know that. I know I can do it better than others because I'm capable as well as I'm a clever person. So, in that sense, it will be used in that sense. A smart cookie would be a person who is a clever person as well as a capable person. Okay. So, you're a smart cookie. Okay, Kaylee, you're a smart cookie because you're learning all those idioms all of a sudden. I don't know, like you have started picking them up. So that's how. You are a smart cookie. That's a great answer. Okay, so that's how you can say that. Even the teachers can use it for the students. Hey, you're a smart cookie, bro. I can't say bro, but somehow that comes now like that. It is natural. It comes naturally. But I would say that a smart cookie would be something that we're gonna use as a phrase. No problem. My pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, a smart cookie would be somebody who is clever as well as who is a capable person. So such people, you know, can be called as smart cookie. There are lots of smart cookies around me. I'm telling you, I'm not the smartest of all of them, but I am a kind of smart cookie. Like for example, you will tell me how to use a spade or how to dig something, normal labor work. I can learn it very fast. I'm a quick learner in learning all those things. I know how to smartly learn those. So that's why I'm a smart cookie in that sense. But I'm not a smart cookie in many of the other sense. The way Kelly said that, like, I'm a quick learner, but in some sense, but not in some others. So that's how we can actually use it. But we are talking about intelligence, wisdom, learning, many other things, being smart. So that's why, you know, our brain should work. As you can see in the on the screen, there is a brain behind me. You know, there would be waves of this brain. I'm telling you, but it is in a bulb. But I'm telling you, this brain, even this brain, will have some waves, and accordingly, those waves, your brain would work. So, next idiom that is on the chart is a brain wave. Okay. So, when we say a brain wave is like a brainchild. Like if we want to say whose idea is this, whose brainchild is that? Same way, a brain wave would be a clever idea. A sudden clever idea would be called as a brain wave. Okay. A sudden clever idea. If somebody got that, I have a brainwave, you can say that. I got a brainwave. I can tell you that what you should do. Okay. Sudden clever idea that comes in your mind. It can be sometimes mischievous as well. So he had a brainwave during the debate and impressed everyone. And he impressed everyone. So he had a brainwave during the debate. Debate, obviously, when you are debating, there are two parties. You know, one is trying to put down the points or the arguments of the other, where the basic idea behind the debate is actually to come to a conclusion where we are going to learn the both facts and figures of right and wrong and whatsoever it is. We're gonna learn about that one. But the brainwave, that starts working for every person. All of a sudden, when you get the idea, you can say that I have a brainwave. Oh, okay. He got a brainwave and he gave his idea, and everyone was, you know, impressed by the kind of stuff that he said. So that's how it is. A brainwave or brainchild. Next one is brainchild, as I actually mentioned it beforehand, without even letting, without even letting me think about like how to make it open or reveal it um, emphatically, interestingly. I did it all of a sudden. So a brainchild is the next one. Next one, that is original idea. Whose brainchild is that? That means who is the one who is the originator of this original author of this idea? Okay, somebody who has given the invention to something, the original invention, the original invention. There would be lots of in Hindi we call it "तेरे जैसे 36 घूमते हैं." So there would be original copy for that one. Those 36 people. I have seen 36 people like you when in English we say. But when we say there are 36 people, there would be one copy which can't be copied, which is actually the original. So that is the brainchild. An original idea, or I would say an original invention would be called as the brainchild. So this project was a brainchild uh, of our English teacher. This project of actually coming live is a brainchild of Himanshu sir. Okay. So brainchild you can use in that sense. Uh, this project was the brainchild of our English teacher, or This particular product is the brainchild of this or that person. You can change the people accordingly, whatever invention you are talking about. Okay, like that. Okay, next one is that is as an original idea. That is brainchild. Yeah, original idea. There would be lots of original ideas, let me tell you. Mm, Original ideas come into your mind all of a sudden. For example, your family has never thought of actually coming abroad. If, for example, just take for example, and you have thought of it, and you said your family would say that whose brainchild was that you came to Canada or you came to some other country. You would say that it is my brainchild. So that would be your original idea. That is originality. We are more focused on originality from where it started, from where it began. I would say that there would be initial point of everything. Initial point of this live session also is there. So this live session, this particular live session is the brainchild of me, English Lovers by Honey D. So that's how the brainchild has to be used. So brainchild means like the original invention or the original idea. So that's how we are going to use it. Now, the next one is have a good head on your shoulders. Do you have a good head on your shoulders, Kaylee? I feel yes. I feel yes. So if you have a good head on your shoulders, that means you are sensible. Oh yeah, thank you. So if you have a good head on your shoulders, yeah, that means you are very sensible. That means your head is working well. That you have great sense of respect for people, for yourself. First of all, yourself. Obviously, when you are going to respect yourself, you're going to respect others. I'm telling you. First thing is that you need to respect yourself, then you are going to respect others. And if you don't respect yourself, that what you are doing and what you're actually trying to provide to the people, that means you don't know like what it really means being sensible. So you have a sense of actually understanding about yourself. Then you have the sense of understanding about others and about the different concepts of the life that are going on around you. And you are very much intelligent. You got intellect. You got wisdom. You got knowledge. When you got the knowledge, when you got the senses of every kind, that means you have a good head. Your brain is working really fine. Okay. The refined thoughts are coming in your mind. That means you are working really well. So that means you have a good head on your shoulders. Your advice always work. Okay. If you're gonna give me the advice, I'm gonna follow that one. And if some in appreciation somebody wants to say that, that person can then you have a good head on your shoulders. Thank you very much for your idea. I really, really appreciate what you have said. Something like that. Okay. I hope that you are getting it and taking the notes also. Yeah. Then the next one is a bright spark. What do you mean by a bright spark? Obviously, um, I like brightness. I like the bright light, daylight. I like the moonlight as well. But bright spark, spark. When you say spark, the only spark that comes in my mind is electric spark. I don't know why. Does that happen to you as well? Let me know that. A bright spark. Bright spark would be definitely the person who is intelligent. For intelligent person, you see all these words are for like for sensible people or intelligent people. The earlier one was like have a good head on your shoulder. I like he has a good head on his shoulders. He definitely has a good head on his shoulders. You can use like that, or he's a bright spark in the company. He's a bright spark, and the light like that means spark. From spark comes the liveliness. I would say that agility or being active. Somebody is proactive in taking the action and is also intelligent. That person would be the bright spark of the company. Okay. So my sister is the bright spark in the company. Okay. My sister is the bright spark eh, in a certain company. Yeah. She is just such a bright spark, always curious and full of ideas. She's such a bright spark. She's full of ideas as well as full of curiosity, always curious. Okay. So for such people, we can use a bright spark. It is actually something that you can use in your cue card as well. I'm telling you, when you're actually going for a cue card and you're replying about somebody who is very lively, somebody who is not only intelligent but also lively, for such a person, you can use a he's a bright spark in our friend circle. He's the bright spark in my friend circle, and he always gives me good advice. Definitely, he has good head on his shoulders. That's how you can actually memorize those idioms and later on would try to use them. I'm telling you, every day. Yesterday, when I had that live session for 4 hours, I mentioned something very important about how you can actually imbibe and do things when you are trying to learn something. You cannot learn all these idioms in one day. I'm telling you, you have to do practice. You have to do continuous practice with yourself. Sometimes doing the mirroring, or you can do the shadow technique or something like that. You can learn it through like that, or you have to learn it by numbers. You cannot learn all of them all together, like three of the idioms a day. So when you're talking about intelligent a person, you can use any of these idioms that we have mentioned beforehand. Okay, whatever we have talked about, जिनके बारे में हम में भी हमने बात करी है, we can talk about that. Okay, so when we say a bright spark, intelligent, and the lively person, um, I would say sharp as a tack. So when we say somebody is sharp as a tack, then definitely the person is extremely intelligent. For any person who is intelligent, who is sharp, for that person you can use the term sharp as a tack. Okay, I know that what is coming in your mind. Can you please write it down in the chat? Can you please write it down in in the chat? I would like to actually answer that. I know that something is coming in the mind. Obviously, you would be thinking that what does it mean when we say tack? So sharp as a tack, if you know, is a nail. Nail that we hit the nail in the head. Same way, sharp as a tack. So he's sharp as a tack as a nail. So extremely intelligent and mentally alert. The person who is extremely intelligent and mentally alert would be somebody who is sharp as a tack. Okay. Oh, he's sharp as a tack in the class discussions. So whenever teacher asks him so many questions, the person is able to give the reply. So he's sharp as a tack. Now, one should be always sharp as a tack whenever they are going for some kind of competition. I need to make all my teammates sharp as a tack when not sharp shark attack, it would be sharp as attack. So when we say sharp as attack, tack, tack. So sharp as attack, that means I'm making them sharp as a nail so that they will hit the nail on the head of anybody. Yeah. So they would have all the answers and everything. The brain behind something. Who is the brain behind this? Who's the brain behind? Like whose brainchild is that? Same way it is like the brain behind something. Yeah. When we say a person is responsible for a certain idea or the plan, there we can say that it means the brain behind something. Honeydee is the brain behind English lovers. So that's how we're gonna use brain behind something. Brain behind something, that means like for a certain excursion, if the family has gone, who's the brain behind this? Who's the brain behind organizing this excursion or a trip? And then the person's name, you can mention that this person is the person who actually is responsible for the brain behind this whole excursion. You can say that the name of the person. Then a know it know it all means that somebody who acts that he knows everything. You know, there would be many situations when the teachers know something, but he's trying to say he knows everything, but he doesn't know about a certain concept, but he's trying to figure it out. Yeah, can I act it here like I know everything about it? So in that scenario, then like I have done it many a times, I'm telling you. Then I used to confer it. I try to check it out later on that whether I was saying it right or not. But sometimes if you don't know anything, you need to just say it out. Yeah, I don't know about it. I'll confirm that when I'm gonna let you know. But the fact of the matter is, it happens many a times when we like uh, when we act like we know it all. It is wrong. I'm telling you. We need to say that we are all humans, and to err is human, and to forgive is divine. It is written in the Bible itself. Then why we are actually trying to just show it off or flaunt it out to the people that um, I know it all. You can't know it all. If you know it all, that you can't you can be regarded as the God. I don't think so. We all are God. We are just the common human beings. So that is why we cannot know it all. So definitely we should not say that somebody who acts like they know it all, they would say that I know it all. Know it all is a kind of a phrase that you can use in that. Nobody likes a know it all in the class. The person who would say that I know everything about it, people would say that go to hell. I don't have the taste in the kind of things that you have taste in. Like if something is of no taste, or if something is not of my taste, then if somebody is trying to ask me that, do you know about it? Do you know about this? And you have to reply, oh my God, I know a little, but I don't want to discuss that thing. But definitely, nobody likes a know-it-all kind of person in their life. And I don't think so that it should be in anybody's life. Yeah. Now, as I would say that this one is very interesting, I would say. Why? Because again, it is the way we say that we started with something like quick learner in this particular section. The same way we have quick as the uptake, quick on the uptake. Like, for example, quick on the uptake means able to understand things quickly. The person who takes up the things quickly, the person is quick on the uptake. Uptake, that means he's always taking up the things faster. So taking up the things, uptake, it has changed into that one. So he takes up the things very fast, quick as the uptake. So that's where you are a very quick on the uptake. Whatsoever like a step you want to uptake means like you want to take the step in learning. So there you say you are very quick on the uptake. I barely had to explain to you. So I barely had to explain it to you, whatever you do. So you are a quick on the uptake. Okay. Now, moving further, we again have something about thinking and your decision making, that is your problem solving ability. And if you got this problem solving ability, let me just zoom it in. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So if you got it all, let me tell you, uh, thinking and problem solving ability is really, really necessary in everybody. But the people who already have it, for those people, if they have the problem solving ability and they have the thinking ability as well, so such people, we have some idioms. Okay, we will go one by one for all of them. Okay, we got 20 more idioms to come for you, or 20 to 30 idioms to come, so that you can actually learn any 5 or 10 out of them so that you can use them. My main idea is that you're going to learn any one or two or three, whatsoever number it is. It doesn't matter. Like any one, if you're going to remember that one, later on you can write it down in the chat. Like once you're gonna use that in your daily life somewhere, please do remember that one. Whenever you get the time, you just come here on this live session. You'll get it as as a video thereafter. And please do comment in the comment section that I am using this one in my life. Yeah. Now, put on your thinking cap. This cap is kind of metaphorical cap. This is all about your brain. So brain, you have to start making it function. So when you are making your brain function faster, you can use a put your thinking cap on. So put on your thinking cap means start thinking seriously. Please do not waste time. Put on your thinking cap and think about it that what you are doing in your life. Do not waste your time. Do not be idle. Do something in your life. So when people try to comment on that one, so definitely we need to put on our thinking caps earlier in our life rather than expiating or panicking about later on like we could have done better. So instead of that one, like what would be the example for this? Let's put on our thinking caps and solve this essay problem. I've already given two or three examples, but alongside you can keep it as the main example. Let us put on our thinking cap and solve this essay problem. And you got a problem, you got a solution. Definitely, if there is a problem, you got a solution. And how can you find the solution? By putting on the thinking cap, by thinking about the issue, by thinking about the problem faster. When you're thinking about the problem faster, you'll get the solution. And how you're gonna think about the problem faster? You're gonna put on the thinking cap, put on your thinking cap on your head. Yeah. Rack your brains. Rack your brains. That means think very hard to remember or solve something. Um, rack your brains. Yeah, you're going to. It's a kind of push your brain to extra beyond the limits, extra beyond the limits. So I racked up my brains, but could not remember that idiom. I racked up my brains. I racked. So rack is the verb. You can change the verb to the different forms depending upon the which tense you're talking about. Here we are talking about the past indefinite tense. So there we say I racked up my brain, but I could not remember what was that idiom that my teacher told me when I actually was very mischievous in the class. She said something that you are very naughty, but she also said that you are a quick learner, and she said me that you are a smart cookie. You're a smart cookie. She mentioned that as well. So I racked up my brains. That means I racked up my brains, or I racked my brains. That means I tried to think very seriously and very minutely, but I could not actually get it done. So now what we are talking about thinking and the problem solving ability. The person who has the problem solving ability will think for the longer time. The overthinkers can actually think like that. But rack your brains means that you are trying to actually, agitate your brain to that level that you're trying to think something that you are not getting. So you're trying to solve out some issue in the problem in your life. So when you're trying to do that thing that you're racking up your brain. So don't rack up your brain that much. I'm telling you, it's okay. Sometimes we can remember it, sometimes we can forget about it. So it's nothing to worry about. Just be patient in your life. It's okay. Sometimes we can forget also. To err is human, and to forgive is divine. That's the only thing that I say to my students as well. Um, Now, this is actually a very common one, but it's very emphatic one. People use it day in, day out. That is, think outside the box. Think outside the box. That means to stay out of the comfort zone. And obviously, you are going to think creatively. When you're thinking creatively, you're thinking out of the box. Out of the box. If you're going to stay in your box and you're going to think of the normal ideas, but that is not going to. And once you're going to be out of the box, and the idea would be totally out of the box, and it would be very creative idea. You got something very creative. And once that creative thing comes, then obviously your life is going to be creative as well. You're gonna be creative. So the person who thinks creatively, for that person, you can use the idiom. Think outside the box. That person always thinks outside the box, and sometimes his ideas are really worthy enough to actually work on, but sometimes that thinking out of the box, like thinking creatively, also actually make a mess of the regular process of the company. So thinking out of the box is a good thing. We need to be creative, but creative constructively. We need not to be destructively creative. Okay. Als writing task 2 reward those who think outside the box. Why? Because you have to brainstorm the ideas, you have to write them down. I beg your pardon. You need to brainstorm the ideas to make an answer which is so emphatic. But how to actually think outside the box? Let me tell you. For example, you know, Everyone in the team, there is a cricket team or there is a football team or whatsoever team is there. They're sitting together, um, and they got an intimation that today they can't play in the playground because there is already a match held. Okay, there is already a match held in the playground, but they saw something, as some parking space, which was actually grassy. And one of them says that I think we need to actually do the practice today in this particular parking lot, which is grassy one, and it is not going to harm us in any way. So in that scenario, we can say that that person thought out of the box. That person thought out of the box, and he actually made them to play again, even though they got the intimation that they can't play in the playground. So that's how it is. Am I right or wrong? I don't know whether I'm right. We watch, we watch, we watch. I hope you have gotten to know about it, like how we need to think out the box, outside the box, and outside the box, and like whenever there is a problem, it's a kind of problem-solving ability that you have. You are thinking outside the box all the times, to get rid of the problem that you're facing in the class. For example, in your class, your teacher said that you today we will have some examination, but you know that the teachers, what we say, the weakness is something else. Like if we're gonna start talking about, um, knowing about the achievements of the teacher, then definitely that one of the other way the teachers start saying that I did it in this way, and then you're gonna say, oh my God, it is very difficult. Like how did you do that? Then the teacher started saying something else, and all of a sudden teacher said, oh, your test is still pending. We will take the test tomorrow. So you thought out of the box, and you got rid of the examination for a while. It happens many a times, I'm telling you. I'm talking about the real life examples. So that's how we are thinking out of the box sometimes. Yeah, that's how it is. Then we have a certain thing, which is also my profile picture in many of the cases, especially in the application Ace Fluency, that is brainstorm. Hmm. When there is a storm in the brain, can you give me an example of your own experience when you thought out of the box? Yeah, there is one example. Uh, I was on the stage. I was on the stage in front of around 1,500 students, more than 1,500 students, and I had to give my speech for the first time, being a teacher, like in back in 2013, no, 2014, in the month of July. In the month of July, on 25th of July, it was like I had my first speech to be given, as a new entry to the school division. So there I stood on the stage and I was not prepared, and my legs were shaking because it was for the first time that I was going to speak on the stage in front of those, 1,500 um, students. And I remember that my first speech was about empathy. I did not have anything in the mind, except one book that I read, that was about how you can win. Something was the title of the book by Shiv Khera, was the name of the author. I read the book and I took the example of some balloon or something, and then thereafter, on the spot, I spoke some words, and when I heard the clapping, I was thinking that whatever ideas were coming in my mind, I was actually thinking out of the box at that time as well. Why? Because I did not have prepared anything at that time, but I managed to do it by thinking about some kind of personal life experiences. I try to put them into use and use those examples that I read in the book. So I thought out of the box at the time. You know, it was out of my mind. Like all of a sudden, I got an opportunity to be on the stage, and I had to give the speech. And another example, let me tell you that I can give you is one time I had gotten some opportunity to go for extension lecture in a school. Uh, the school's name is Mount Carmel School. It was located in Hoshiarpur, one of the renowned cities in Punjab. So there I had to give the extension lecture to other teachers. There would be around, um, I think 26 to 27 teachers who were there to actually get some kind of insight from me that how we can teach the slum students. The slum students, that means who were poor, but we can help them out. So what I had in my mind, because the day before I got that opportunity, and the day before I got the opportunity, and my like the fathers who used to be the managers of the school, he told me that you are the one that I believe that who can actually manage to actually speak for 2 hours. What I did was only I made the slides of the application that I can try to help them with. Like I can tell them this application you can use while you're teaching the slum students and all that. And I try to put the use of my personal experience that I how I try to help out the people going to from one village to the other, and try to figure out like how can I teach English to them in their village. So when I got it, um, I was not even aware that I tried to do it for 2 hours, but I did it for 4 hours. The session completed in 4 hours, 4 to 4.5 hours, and nobody stood up. Nobody wanted to go for the washroom or something like that. And at that time, like I did not realize that I just took 4.5 hours, but I was continuously speaking and I was trying to tell them through the application, this application can help them this way, this application help them this way. And that's how it became so interesting that even thereafter, I became the language secretary. I became the technical head of my school also later on. They got to know that the person has a capability. So that's how of thinking out of the box all of a sudden, like, when you don't have the idea and all of a sudden you got the idea and you delivered it. So that means thinking out of the box. That is my personal experience. If you really you know think so. Yeah, we need to think out of the box many of the times. Okay, so brainstorm. Brainstorm means we need to generate ideas. Brainstorm, obviously, the storm of ideas. The what we say, in a dramatical term, I would say tempest. Um, when brain has a storm of the different ideas in the mind, then that means you're generating the creative ideas together. Okay, so when you're trying to gather all of them, you're trying to make a spider diagram of the ideas, that what are the benefits, what are the negative and the positives of the things. So when you're writing 3 points for negative, 3 points for positive, that what you're doing, you're brainstorming the ideas, you're thinking about the ideas. When you're trying to create the storm of the ideas in your brain, that means you're trying to generate different creative ideas in your brain. So when we brainstorm the ideas, um, then we try to deliver that in the form of a speech, or in the form of, I would say, a writing text, or we would say that we can write an essay. Like brainstorming helps wonder for many people, but it depends upon the person and how fast the person is. I didn't get the answer from we watch like later on. Anyways, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Yeah. Then thereafter, when we say brainstorm, you see, whenever we brainstorm, we try to write them those ideas down later on. Can be written in the written form, can be in the speech form. We brainstorm ideas during a cue card session as well. Like when there is 1 minute given to you, that is given for the brainstorming. Once you have done the brainstorming, what you're gonna do is you're gonna deliver it later on. After that, you're gonna deliver it for continuously 2 minutes. You're gonna speak it for 2 minutes continuously. So if you're gonna speak it for 2 minutes continuously, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use those brainstorm thoughts in an hierarchical order, and you're gonna deliver it to the person whomsoever would be your examiner, and your examiner will be definitely overwhelmed and will be happy to hear your answer, and will try to prompt you up, is gonna motivate you to actually continue speaking. If you're not going to speak it for 2 minutes, and or if you're going to stop before 2 minutes, then definitely the other person is going to let you know that no, you need not to stop, and he's going to make some kind of indication that please continue. So that's how you need to brainstorm your ideas, that you're at least able to speak for 2 minutes. Okay. Then we have another one. I'm very hungry right now. I'm feeling very hungry. My thoughts are hungry. So my thoughts are hungry, then that means I need the food for thoughts. Okay. So next idiom that we have on the chart is food for thought. So food for thought is the next idiom. So something that makes you think deeply, something that makes you think deeply. So I need some food for thought. That means a stimulus is required by your brain, that if you want to think something. Okay. Like for example, for the lyricist, the person who writes something, they want a theme to be given or to be thought of. They would try to actually think of a theme, and they will try to do what? They will try to make something out of that theme. Whatsoever one word is given, they will try to ponder over that word, and they will introspect, they will actually contemplate over that. And then what they're gonna give is they're gonna give a masterpiece thereafter. So that particular idea, that theme is the food for thought of the brain of that lyricist. So that's why something that makes you think deeply. Okay, there would be many things. Like every person has a niche. Every person has their own niche to think deeply. So when you guys have the mm, like we say a niche in your life, then that is your food for thought. You start thinking deeply once that has been triggered. So your live session gave me real food for thought. So you started thinking about like different idioms, for example. That is also the food for thought. So you never thought of it before that I should actually learn the idioms and I need to actually learn them well. Then all of a sudden, when you got to know that, yeah, this is actually what I expected, and that's how the food for thought really works. So you required the food for thought. I gave you the food for thought, and then thereafter, you have eaten that food for thought, and you created many other things by that food for thoughts. Okay. Now, thereafter, piece of the puzzle. Piece of the puzzle. Now, the next is I get puzzled by something, and that is the piece. Piece of the puzzle. Um, like if it is already a puzzling thing, then definitely it is very confusing thing. So if it is something as a piece of puzzle, then obviously it is one of the thing out of a complex stuff. So if something is already complicated and something is the part of it, so there you can use that is a piece of a puzzle. So every grammar rule is a piece of a puzzle in mastering English. So it's very much necessary. It's very much complicated sometimes. Every grammar rule is a piece of puzzle when it comes to actually understanding English grammar. So in that scenario, we can use that piece of the puzzle. Then then comes another one. Let me tell you. We see there would be moments in a life when we realize all of a sudden I am at fault, I am at mistake, and there would be some realization that um, yeah, I could have done better. Yeah, there are like the moment of the realization can be explained in the form of the idiom by a certain phrase called a light bulb moment. That idea came in your mind, and for that moment you got an idea. So a sudden moment of realization. So when there is a sudden moment of realization, you can use uh, what was that light bulb moment that you started actually the live sessions. If somebody would ask me, the light bulb moment was that I got to know that I can complete my watch hours by the live sessions. I was not into them. I was trying to create lots of shorts, but that was a light bulb moment that I got to know from one of the video that you can continue making your live sessions, and your watch hour is going to get increased and you're going to monetize your channel. And I hope that I would be doing it sooner. So such kind of motivation I got, and that was a light bulb moment in my life. So that's how it is. That's how we can use it. That's how we can crack it in our daily life. Crack the books. Crack the books to crack the exam, please. Now, when we say wrap your head around something. When we say wrap your head around something, it means we are trying to understand, accept something very difficult. Wrap your head around something. That means you don't want to actually learn that thing, but you are wrapping your head around it just to just meddle with it. just to meddle with it so that you can understand it. So that's why wrap your head around something, मतलब अपने दिमाग का दही कर देना आप किसी चीज को सीखने के लिए. So try to make curd of your brain. या दिमाग का नहीं, कर्ड कर्ड बना देना, दही दही बना देना दिमाग का. तो वहाँ पे आप you are wrapping your head around something. You're trying to wrap your head around something. That means you're trying to accept or understand something very difficult. So it is hard to wrap your head around English pronunciation rules. Yeah, definitely. It is very difficult. You know, one day or the other day, you will try to search it out in the IPS system or in the dictionary that my pronunciation is going right or wrong. You're gonna check it out like every time whenever you feel that you're going wrong, there you're gonna think about it like my pronunciation is right or wrong. So it is very difficult for wrapping your head around the pronunciation rules. It's very difficult. So we can't actually wrap our head around the difficult pronunciation rules. So get your head around something. It means understanding something complicated. It is one and the same thing. Get your head around something or wrap your head around something. So it took me a while to get my head around the phrasal verbs, or it took me some time to get my head around learning the rules of the baseball game. So it took me a while when you are trying to say that. It took me a while to get my head around the rules related to the game. So there you can use it like that. Then there is another very interesting one, let me tell you, which can actually help you to make your speech emphatic. That is boggle the mind. Boggle the mind, that means surprise or confuse somebody or someone with complexity. So don't boggle my mind, please. You can like somebody else can use it for you. Like if you're trying to create it complex of any kind, complexity of any kind. And if somebody is creating that, please don't boggle my mind. You can say it to the person, please don't boggle my mind. Come to the point. Come to the point. Talk point to point. Do not talk anything else. Please don't boggle my mind. Boggle the mind. Just be straightforward. Okay. One should be straightforward, should not create the complexity of anything. Even I have the, problem. I remember I had the problem when I was standing for the, what we say, I remember that discussions, like group discussions in what we say, staff meetings. Then I used to boggle the minds of the people many a times. Like they become confused at what I'm trying to say, and even I just get confused also. Like, yeah, this is the thing that I really want to actually change in my life and change in the life of the kids. And you know, boggling the mind was a very funny thing for me. And even my wife used to tell me later on, like, Ivanshu, what did you mean by that? Why were you saying that thing to others? What were you saying? Like, why you were so energetic? Why were you so active at the time of the meeting? So yeah, I was trying to boggle the mind of many people at the time. So I was trying to create the complexity, but they were very simple, and I was also very simple. And I don't know, like what kind of ideas I had. But later on, I got boggled also with the way they actually treated me during the school tenure. Um, yeah, but somehow I managed to do it. Anyways, next is the kind of um, idioms which are more about learning, but learning through your experience. It's not about problem solving abilities. Earlier, we did the problem solving abilities, but now we are talking about the learning, but learning with experience, learning through the experience. If somebody is learning through the experience, and if somebody is trying to learn through the experience of someone, then definitely somebody can use it. Today, there is no menche. I don't know, like, where is menche? I try to just see that thing. Like today, there is no Menche and there is no other lady. And the one who is watching me, thank you very much for watching my live session. Okay. So learning through experience, learn the hard way. Hard way. Obviously, when we are experiencing something, we do lots of mistakes. So learn the hard way is that when you learn by making mistakes, when you learn by making, it is a hard way. When somebody will say it is a hard way, that means you are doing lots of mistakes. And obviously, by learning the hard way, it means that you are doing committing lots of mistakes, but you're learning. So that is more important. Learn by making mistakes. And there are many people, kinesthetic learners actually learn by the hard way. I am one of those. I try to do something first, and then I do commit some mistakes, and thereafter I will be master in something. Without doing the mistake, I won't understand anything. So that's how I try to learn something, but the hard way sometimes. So if in case I'm giving some example, do not take it to the for the granted that I am actually like that way. I'm not actually like that way. I'm trying to provide an example in certain way, but some things are really true that sometimes I try to learn the things hard way. Okay. So hard way, that means I try to learn the things by doing mistake, by committing the mistakes. Without even doing the mistakes, I will not be assured that, yeah, this thing is perfect. So that's how it is. I learned the hard way that skipping practice doesn't help. Okay. So skipping practice, that means if we are going to shun doing the practice, or we are not going to do the practice, that it is going to be, it is not going to help. Okay. I'm sorry. School of hard knocks. Very important. School of hard knocks. So learning from the life's difficulties. Uh, he is the school of hard knocks. He has learned everything in his life through the difficulties, like difficult phases he has seen for such a person. He did not go to the university, but he learned from the school of hard knocks. He has been through lots of trivial situations or very trivial situations or difficult, time period of life. For that person, you can say that, like that person, like we all learn through the school of hard knocks sometimes. Like if there is no difficulty in our life, we won't be able to understand what is right and what is wrong. So that's why many people learn by the school of hard knocks. Hard knocks, it would be Knock. Okay. So, school of hard knocks would be like learning from life's difficulties. People learn through that also. So this is an old one, old school kind of stuff. That is trial and error. Trial and error means learning by trying until success. You keep on doing it. You're successfully doing it, and persistent persistence and perseverance is there. You know that you're doing mistakes, but you're still trying. You're trying and trying and trying, and you're learning it, and you become successful after some time. And as you become successful after some time, you can use this one, or you can use it for somebody else, that he has learned everything by the trial and error kind of stuff. Okay, I mastered speaking through trial and error. I have done lots of mistake. I have written lots of text, and I used to write that before, even in my 8th standard, 10th standard, 12th standard. I used to write lots of stuff, and thereafter, by trial and error, I learned this art of speaking English, and or writing English, or whatsoever the whole English. Now, as I told you, the trial and error is itself one of the idiom from the old school. When I say old school, it is also an idiom. When we say old school, it means the tradition and old-fashioned methods. When those are traditional and the old-fashioned methods, we can use the term called old school. Like even we have heard it in the song of Sidhu Moosewala, old school. No, 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 that is different song. Yeah, I think he is also the part of the song. So old school is that one. So I'm a bit of old school. I'm actually quite an old school. I am not a bit of old school. I am quite an old school. So I prefer reading books to applications. I won't go for applications. I would definitely prefer that I would read books and I contemplate. I would try to write things down. I will introspect. I would say that how these words are going to be helpful in my life. That's how I'm going to learn. So that's why I'm an old school. And in case somebody said that the choice of the music also, I'm actually not traditional. I'm up to date. I'm trying to, stay accordingly the generations. So I don't want to create the generation gap in that. So that's why I'm not on an old school in case of the songs, but I do like the old music, the classical music by Sir Mohammad Rafi and Sir Mukesh ji and all that, all those people. There were lots of people who sang really well and wrote really well. So all those old songs or old golden period songs were really fantastic. but I'm not on an old school to stay there. I try to learn things which are with the ongoing pattern. I try to keep myself with the pace of the life. So I keep it up with them. Okay. Now the next one is live and learn. We need to live and learn. Learn from your experiences and or the mistakes. So definitely, I lost my files once. Live and learn, man. Live and learn. Like obviously, that was a lesson for me. When I'm going to say that it was a lesson for me, there I can say that I live and learn. Live and learn. Live and learn. Okay. Live and learn would be used in that sense. Learn from the experiences as well as from your mistakes. There you can use it. I lost my files once. Live and learn. Okay. Now it is the next one is quite usual. Everybody use it day in day out. But I use it in different sense. I told you yesterday also, like when we had the 4 hour session. Here we are going to have the 2 hour session today. Um, what I told you was uh, practice makes the man and women both perfect. I don't say practice makes perfect, or you can say that practice make man perfect. I don't say that. I say that practice makes men and women equally perfect. So the more you practice, the better you get at it. So it's the only thing that actually I think applies to everyone's life, from the cradle to the grave. When you're actually reaching from cradle to the grave, you will keep on practicing things in your life, and whatever you're going to practice, you will have to, master that one only by the practice. If you're like, there is another one, like practice what you preach. So it's like what you say, you need to practice that too. So you need to be actually executing that too also, whatever you say. So that's a different one. All of a sudden it came in my mind. So practice makes perfect means like something with the practice can be honed, can be actually learned easily. Okay. Then we have learn one lesson. Learns one's lesson. That means obviously now he has learned his lesson of his life. He has gotten to know that he has done something wrong. So that's how we use it. Learn one's lesson means realize the mistake and avoid repeating it. And definitely next time he won't do it. So after missing the deadline, I learned my lesson. I'm telling you, these two ones, the live and learn and learn one's lesson in life is one and the same thing. Let me tell you. And then we have one of them more like buy the book. By the book, that means following the rules exactly. Some people are there who would go by the books, but I am not the one that who would go by the books. I don't run my life accordingly, whatever is written in the books. I would say that obviously one should actually learn by trial and error rather than actually going by the books or the rules that are written somewhere or rules that are being followed somewhere. Outrageous kind of person I am. Okay. Then we have like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay. The old dog is all, you are an old dog. That means you have already practiced a lot and you have become perfect in those things only. And if somebody would say that now you change your attitudes or change your values or change your behavior, you won't be able to change it because you have become accustomed to that one or accustomed to that, that you got it. That I have gotten some values that I'm gonna stick to those values because you can't teach an old dog the new tricks. Why to say that? It's hard to make someone change old habits. That's what it means. Like when you say that you can't teach an old dog a new trick. Okay, it doesn't mean that somebody is calling you a dog, but here it is like if you are trying to change somebody, when we say dog, dog is also a respectful word in the life of wrestling. If I would say that in the field of wrestling or in the world of wrestling, people actually consider it to be like big dog or old dog or something like. But you can't teach an old dog the new trick. Why? Because the person has already learned a lot in the life, and we don't we nobody can change that. My uncle refuses to use a smartphone because you can't teach an old dog the new tricks. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, then 40th one is go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board means Start again after failure. Start again after failure. Go back to the drawing board. It's not drawing, it's not drawing, but drawing board. So when you're gonna go back to the drawing board, obviously when we used to draw, when we were in the kindergarten, when we were in the small classes or younger classes or in our elementary classes. So we were drawing. We started learning by drawing things up. So when we started drawing the things up, that means we started learning from the basics itself. So start again after the failure. My essay got a low score, so I went back to the drawing board. So I went back to hone my basic skills, and I try to hone the basic things, and then thereafter I would love to go by that and improve it again. And I would try to actually do it again in my life. Okay, I would try to write it again to make it perfect so that my teacher will be impressed by the way I have written it. Okay. Now, I would say these 10 last one are going to be quite interesting one because these are the one which are going to be reflective one when we are going to introspect on our life and we're going to think about our life, and all of them are all about thinking about your life and all. So if it is all about that, then definitely now you're going to reflect upon lots of stuff in your life. So first of them is think on your feet. It is very difficult actually to think on our feet. All of a sudden, like somebody would give us a task and they would say that now you have to do this. So it is sometimes very difficult for people to actually think on their feet and get the idea done or get the thing done. So there are situations nowadays in the corporate world or even the usual world of or usual phase of our life where sorry, where we need to think on our feet. We need to take the decision on the spot. We don't have extra time to think upon it. We need to think on the feet at that time, like at that particular juncture, that what I need to decide about it. Okay. So good speakers think on their feet during questions. So when the questions are there, obviously when you're giving your exam, particularly the IELTS examination, there you think on your feet. Okay, you are giving your reply on the spot. Okay. Now it was an old one that I actually made the video on that also. A penny for your thoughts. A penny for your thoughts. Asking what someone is thinking. A penny for your thoughts. Can you tell me what you're thinking? Instead of saying that, can you tell me what you're thinking? Can you look serious? Penny for your thought. Can you please tell me what you're thinking? So instead of saying that, can you tell me what you're thinking? You can simply say that a penny for your thought. What are you thinking? Where are you? Why are you so bothered? Why are you so exhausted? Why I feel that you need to actually share your feelings with me? What are you actually realizing right now? What is going on in your mind? In that scenario, you can use a penny for your thoughts. So that's how it is. Now, change of mind. Change of mind is required when obviously you need to change the idea, you need to think differently. So to think differently after considering, when you consider things up and you are thinking ultimately you are taking a decision differently. After our discussion I had a change of mind about online learning. Like obviously earlier I was thinking that online learning is going to be beneficial to me, but later on I thought that there would be some kind of repercussion that I need to face. And even in case of mine, like when I'm coming live, then there are lots of people who are trying to troll me and they don't even know that what kind of capability the person has, without even knowing my capability, without even knowing my I would say that without even knowing that whether I am a smart cookie or not. Um, they make statements to just put me down and try to make me feel belittle. So then definitely like idea got changed about the online learning, like whether I should actually come live or not. So that's how it is. Like I changed my mind to make videos just because some people actually trolled me. I did not like that thing. So I changed it, but I did not change it. I'm just telling you an example. So I'm very stubborn in that. I'm telling you, I'm obstinate kind of person. I'm hesitant to actually say no to anything, any challenge in my life. Yeah. Next is out of sight, out of mind. Like once something is gone out of your sight, and then it goes out of your mind as well. Like forgotten when not seen. Like for example, there are people in the world like who would be like that, and there would be people like who would not actually forget you even when you are gone from there. So there would be situations in your life also, like when you are out of sight and you are out of the mind. So what we say, don't stop practicing out of sight, out of mind. Obviously, you need to keep on practicing the English words, so that you need to keep on practicing your English vocabulary as well as your English questions, so that you can practice it day in, day out, so that it won't go out of sight. And then if it is if it goes out of sight, it will go out of mind. So that is why you need to stick to that. Okay. Now, I like beer, but this beer is not the animal. This beer is something that we bear bear in mind. So it is remember in mind or consider something. You need to bear in mind. You need to consider it. When you say you need to consider it, that means uh, you need to, go by that. It's okay. You have to think about it. It's okay. You just go by that. So it is like considering something. So when you consider something, that means you are bearing in mind that, yeah, this person has this issue that I need to be a little calmer with this person. So be open-minded. Sorry, bear in mind that idioms make your speech more natural. Bear in mind when bear in mind that idioms make your speech more natural. I'm telling you. Whenever you will try to use all these idioms one way or the other way, then these are going to make your speech emphatic. So that's how bear in mind. That means just keep it in mind, consider it in your mind that whenever you're trying to use the idioms, that means it is naturally you're trying to put forward your words. So it looks very emphatic when you're trying to use them. Then is open-minded. Open-minded people are the one who accept all kinds of notorious activities also, but I don't think so. Like that should be there. Open-mindedness would be like willing to consider the new ideas. The people who will have the new ideas will have the be open-minded when learning from different teachers. When you're trying to learn it from the different teachers, you can't say that I like this teacher, I like that teacher. I remember that one of the way, like our teachers told us that one of our teacher, computer teachers, she's no more now, and she asked us that who is your favorite teacher, and one of the boy like who used to stand first in the class. Um, he gave the reply. He said that all the teachers are my favorite teacher. All the teachers should be considered to be the favorite teacher. So he was open-minded that anyone have the different kind of mindset. Teachers can be different, but their idea is to teach us. So we should not actually consider any teacher or favoritism in being a good best, like my best teacher or my favorite teacher or something. We need not to do the favoritism in any kind of stuff, but every teacher is a good teacher, I would say. So we need to be open-minded in accepting the kind of stuff which is actually the positive one for us and for the others in our life. So when we say open-minded, open-minded stands for willing to consider new ideas. So mind over matter. This is very interesting. Let me tell you, mind over matter. Using mental strength to overcome challenges. So you don't consider about like whatever the things are going on in your life, but you're thinking only one thing, the mind is strong enough that I can bear anything. Speak confidently is all about mind over matter. So if your mental strength is good, then you can use this particular phrase or the idiom. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rack. Mind over matter means something like which if you have the mental strength, that means in case of the challenges also you are using your mental strength to actually bear the things or bear in mind that yeah, I have to go through all that. So you are giving weightage to the mind over matter. So you don't consider matter to be more important, the subject things or everything around you or the environment to be more important, but your mind or mental stability is that much, then you don't worry about anything. Yeah, then is another one very interesting one. I would tell you there are different states in every country, but here we are talking about mind. That is why I would talk about the state of mind. Okay, so state of mind. What is state of mind? State of mind means mental or emotional condition. What is the state of, what is the state of mind? You should understand. What is the state of mind? That means what is going on in his brain, what is going on in his mind. You should understand that one. State of mind means that a positive state of mind improves your learning. If a negative state of mind, obviously, demolish your learning. I'm telling you, a negative frame, if you have a negative frame of mind or negative state of mind, then yeah, you can use frame also instead of frame of mind or state of mind, one and the same thing. You can use it alternatively. Okay. Um, yeah, that's how it is. So, state of mind, that means mental or the emotional condition that you have. A positive state of mind improves your learning. Um, yeah, that's how it is. Second last uh, idiom for the day is change your tune. Change your tune. That means we are trying to say that alter your opinion or attitude. Please change your tune. We can say that. He changed his tune once he saw how useful the idioms are. He changed his tune or tone, we can say that. He changed his tone once he got to know that uh, he's a valuable person or he's a valuable person in his life. He's a valuable person in his life. Sometimes we need to, open up our mouth that much. I'm quite reluctant to actually open the mouth like that sometimes. So it becomes problematic sometimes. Anyways, so change your tune would be like after some time you're altering your opinion or you're trying to change your attitude towards something. So you're trying to change your tune. So we need to change our tune accordingly the kind of music the life is giving us. Quite metaphorical, the music of life. If the music of life is beautiful, then definitely you are going to have good tunes in your life. But you're gonna change your tune accordingly the way the life is going on, or change your behavior and attitude accordingly, whatever is going on in your life. Last but not the least, last but not the least, that is keep an open mind. Keep an open mind means that try to accept the new ideas. Try to accept the new ideas and try to stay ready to learn something. That means you need to keep an open mind. Being an open minded is something like you're not restricting your mind or you're trying to consider the new ideas. Same way, keep an open mind is something like when you're trying to say that um, you are ready to learn or accept something as a new idea. Okay. So keep an open mind during the live sessions. You will learn faster. I just intentionally kept it like that because many of the people who come on the live session and then some of them do not join it because their mindset is only to enjoy and talk to the people for a while and sometimes talk rubbish as well. So that is why keep an open mind during the live session. It will help you out later and it will make you learn faster. So these were the 50 idioms which are related to the mind and the brain. So that whenever you're talking about the brain, whenever you're talking about your learning, whenever you're talking about your intellect, you can use all of them. You can use all of them. And the people who did not come before, I would let you know that you can subscribe to my channel for the more live sessions like these within some time. And I hope that this particular session is really, really helpful to you in some sense. And I hope that it is going to be a continuous process. If in case it is not, then definitely there would be some videos that would come your way to help you out to improve yourself in English learning. Okay. So for now, as my main fundamental was to actually complete it within the 2 hours. I didn't want to actually bother you for more than 2 hours. And I respect that thing that the people come and go sometimes, but I would be more than happy if they're gonna stay for that whole time period, the whole session time period. In case of that one, if you have any kind of suggestion that I should actually start the live sessions on a certain time, then you can actually give me the suggestion that on this particular time, if you're gonna come, then definitely we're gonna be all there. But instead of actually coming, sometimes like there are three, there are two. I think there is one person who's always there watching my YouTube live. I'm thankful to that person as well. I don't know like who is this anonymous person and is not revealing it, but I would definitely appreciate all those people also who want to really improve their English. And I don't know like why people have to, spend a lot of money going to IE. Once I had a call on Ace Fluency, and the lady said that I am paying 4,000 rupees for improving my English just to talk with people. I'm not sure that what you're thinking about spending the money. If you have the money, actually give it to the poor people. Learn from me without any kind of money over here. Live learning is getting done, and you're getting 2 hour classes. Why you're worrying about people then? Why you're worrying about going to the different institutions? And if there is any kind of special attention you want, then I think you definitely should be a person who wants to be in a silver spoon or wants to learn in the silver spoon. I am not the person who is teaching people like that. I'm considering all of those people to be very important who really want to improve themselves, but they don't have those resources. I'm telling you. Okay. So when it comes to joining my live sessions, there is no fees. But when it comes to actually person classes or something, then definitely there are some charges, but the nominal charges. It's not like the people who are actually asking for that amount of money or something like that. I just want to create a group of those people who really are interested to, and hone the skills of improving themselves. Yeah, that's my idea, but that gets changed and I alter my idea sometimes. But I would definitely love to actually go by that one once I get to know from my viewers that how I should actually proceed further with the live sessions or even for the classes. Once my watch hours are completed, then definitely I will be thinking about to actually go live on my laptop also sometimes, and even I will try to, go in other ways using the boards or something. But once that is done, okay, I don't want to spend money like that. Um, I don't want to make you spend the money as well. So that's why when somebody is there to help you out, please try to understand. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon because that is going to make you aware of when I'm coming live and when I'm not. So for now, I apologize if I said something bad to anyone, even people who are trolling me. I really respect that because your attitude makes me so obstinate, so stubborn that I will not stop coming live. You can't stop it, can you? Can you stop it? I won't stop. I won't stop. I will come live. I will try to figure out like who are the people who can get the help. Who are the people who really aspire to get the help? If you want me to speak in Hindi, and the people who want me to actually make them understand everything in हिंदी, हिंदी में मैं पढ़ा सकता हूँ। बट मेरे को अभी तक ये जज नहीं कर पा रहा कि यार मेरी ज़्यादा पब्लिक जो है वो कहाँ से है। सो आई नेवर थिंक अबाउट द एनालिटिक्स एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ। अगर मेरे को कमेंटिंग में पता लगेगा कि हाँ, कि भाई मेरे को हिंदी में आप उस दिन वो बंदा आया था कि विष्णुराज नाम का बंदा, उसने बोला कि भाई आप थोड़ा बहुत हिंदी में बोला करो। आज वो नहीं आया तो मैंने कुछ भी नहीं बोला। अगर वो बंदा मेरे को बोलता कि हाँ, कि भाई आपको हिंदी में भी बोलना चाहिए, देन डेफिनिटली मेरे को कौन-सा हिंदी नहीं आती, मेरे को कौन-सा पंजाबी नहीं आती। कोई बंदा कोई किसी किसी लैंग्वेज में भी सीखना चाहता है, देन आई शुड नो दैट कि हाँ, कि मेरे को अपनी वो लैंग्वेज को यूज़ करना है। बट there are people who say some comments like, or who write some comments like, your accent is, yeah, zero for the accent. Arey bhai, I would say that zero for your attitude, zero for your attitude, and zero. And I love to be zero, let me tell you. I love to be zero. Zero is the only thing which makes you so humble. You know, when you are zero, you are humble. But when you are hero and you have number one or something, you have a propensity or you have that kind of tendency, you would think that people are going to say something when I'm gonna be on the second number. So always think down to the ground and always feel humble and do not stay to the ground, stay to your roots. I'm telling you. Thank you very much. for joining in for the live session. Whomsoever came, whomsoever didn't come. Sorry, my bad. My grammar is wrong here. So whomsoever came and whomsoever did not come, thank you very much. And I hope that you're gonna actually join me. El Broston to Pana. Okay, whatsoever it is. Panaji, thank you very much. But now it is time for me to actually go. But I would say hi to you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.